Hello and welcome back to another installment of Poke Fodder. Today I'm going to take a break from normal play to get back into Indigo League play that Go Shiny Hunter was hosting. Now, just a quick recap. In round 1, I won 2 games to none, and I happen to be the only YouTuber out of Go Shiny Hunter, Choctopus, Rico to advance to the next round. And in fact, Team Fodder went 4-2 with an asterisk on that because one of my players got caught up with life and couldn't make their game. So in games we played, we actually went 5-1, which was a great start. So the pressure is on me to continue to hold true for the YouTube faction. And there's the added pressure of there's a $10 bounty on my head. If I get knocked out, then my opponent gets a $10 reward. So without further ado, let's jump right into the first game of round 2. As you can tell from my ranking, I did this match when I wasn't playing very well. So I'm rewatching this for the first time since the game actually played. And I go first, and I just open up with Greninja. I'm running this deck because I saw in previous screenshots that he ran the Deoxys deck, and I have Dark Energy with the 2 Greninjas. So I felt like this was a good matchup, and I had that information prior to going in, so I felt like I could play that to my advantage. He does the standard open with the Deoxys, and I do the standard counter. And I'm feeling really good here. Got my Manaphy on the board. The Manaphy is now protected. He deploys his Mew down the lane. And I check to see if he's a level 5, because if he's not, I'm going to attack with Poliwhirl right off the bat. He is a level 5. So I deploy my Empoleon because I know that Empoleon's a great counter to his Mew. He has not used his Cosmo Energy Plate, and since this was after the buff, I go ahead and take the opportunity to knock out his Speed Deoxys off of my entry point before he has a chance to trigger off his Cosmo Plate. And things are looking really good. I like how the board is set up. I like where my Pokemon are. So I deploy Poliwhirl, because honestly, Poliwhirl causes a lot of problems for high-end Pokemon. So he decides he's going to take his Ho-Oh and go after my Greninja. And I'm guessing he was trying to do the Rainbow Wing onto my goal, but he gets the flat knockout. Not that big of a deal, simply because I have options. I've got Goal Block. I just need to decide who do I want to stick on my goal, and I go with Empoleon. I feel like he's probably my strongest attacker, especially with the 20 buff from Manaphy. Had I had my Magikarp out on the field, I definitely would have gone Magikarp. So he decides to double chance again, and his chain level wreaks havoc. I rolled my worst possible spin. Like, no other spin could he have won with his 51. And if he rolls Rainbow Wing, so now I win as well. So now I'm in huge trouble. My options are Manaphy, which is not a great matchup. I decided to go with what I thought was my best matchup. And he drops the Fire Blast. And that is GG. His Ho-Oh walked through each of my Pokemon. And at this point, I'm just like, what the heck? You know, this was during that stretch when I wasn't seeing the board well and I wasn't playing well. And honestly, maybe the mistake there was not taking Manaphy onto the goal. Although I don't necessarily know that Manaphy, like at a 40 attack, Manaphy's not that strong. So I felt like Greninja had the better options. Plus he had the gold if he landed on the purple. At that point we were just throwing a Hail Mary anyways. So I'm down 1 game to none. But nonetheless, it's best 2 out of 3, so I'm not dead yet. After basically getting walked over by Ho-Oh, which I think is a nice Pokemon, but I don't think it's a great Pokemon, I decide to change up my deck and put in a little bit more firepower. So I went with Sceptile, Chestnut, Zapdos, Leafeon, Mew, and Magikarp to Gyarados, because I had been running this deck very successfully. He deploys Mew, Sceptile is a great counter, so I went with that. And here he comes rushing down with the speed, which I have a counter for. So there we go. I believe he moves speed to the corner, which leaves me no option but to cover goal. And I want to say he deploys Deoxys here. And he does. So now I'm thinking Mew is a hard counter to Deoxys. If I can get him off the board, I'm going to do it. There are very few spins that I lose here. Rolling the 50 is an absolute worst spin you could possibly have. Anything else is neutral or I win. So here I am, down 1 game to none and already down a Pokemon. And I'm in a hole. Maybe a little too aggressive, but like there's about a 1 in 8 or so chance that I lose that battle. So now I have to fight. What do? I go after before the Cosmo Plate, and I almost miss knocking out the Speed Deoxys. Luckily, on the double chance, which maybe I should have double chanced the Mew, but on the double chance, we do get the knockout. Speed Deoxys is gone, but now Deoxys A is camped out on my base, my entry point. Once again, I've got an uphill battle here. I felt like the board was set up better in the first game for success than it is in the early going here in the second game, quite honestly. Now I don't really know what to do. I don't really like any of my matchups against Deoxys A at this point. Sceptile's decent, but I liked Sceptile up against Mew. And here he comes out with his Ho-Oh again. I deploy my Magikarp because it's going to take 2. Maybe I could have brought Magikarp and switched the order of that and put Magikarp where Zapdos was. Nonetheless, I go trigger my evolution on his Rayquaza. And I was actually okay with Rayquaza flying there, because then I could have set up a surround as well. I dropped a Tropical Energy, and I'm not sure why, other than I don't want Deoxys respinning. So he decides to pressure with Mew. I deploy my Chestnut. And as you can see, he's got total board control on me right now. I'm pinned into my corner again. And we're both down 1 Pokemon, both a runner. I attack with my good matchup there, and he gets the dodge. Not happy about that. I would have preferred to jump over him, so at least I could have a little bit of a board presence on the other side. And this is trouble. I'm hoping for sleep. Unfortunately, I get the dodge, and I say that because he got the dimensional slip, which would have been perfect for me, for him to slip, so that I could start moving around the board a little bit. Finally knock out his Mew. And this whole time I'm trying to get to the right-hand side. Trying to apply some pressure so I'm not pinned in. Very nice spin there. Ho-Oh's not going to do his walk through my team this time. And that allows me to start pressing forward. And at some point, I need him to start thinking about defense. Because so far in a game and a half, it's been all offense by him. He deploys the Mew, which I'm okay with. And we start fanning out the board. I don't remember why I attacked there, other than to either A, try to get him to slip, or B, get him off my Leafeon. That's kind of just a wasted move. I don't really know what other move was good there. You know, maybe in hindsight I should have attacked Sceptile onto Mew, because it was a favorable matchup. So far, so good. He attacks with Rayquaza, and we both get miss. All I have left is my goal block at this point, and that's not good. I just try to go for the win here. And look at that. I get the Hyper Beam. He has no goal block, which means he has one option, and that is to take Rayquaza. Oh, he does the scoop up, that's right. So he does scoop up, covers his goal, which means if I attack, he's going to swap over into Deoxys A. He has nobody sitting on the bench, so now I'm going to make a run for his entry point and go for the surround kill. Now he takes the Rayquaza, and look at that. He is gonna... I get the win, but then I don't get the win. And now he's set up where I can't get the surround kill. And that was like maybe the most devastating roll for me out of all this, was that, and I guess now looking back on it, I guess I could have attacked his Deoxys speed before he triggered the Cosmo Energy. But if Rayquaza doesn't hit Fly or knock me, and he has a good chance to knock me out, but if he doesn't do that, then I win. So I go ahead and attack, and now I'm set up. This is perfect. He's going to come at me. I can roll Storm. He can fly. Like there are so many options here, and it's probably about a 50-50. And he rolls Fly. I'm thinking yes, and then I'm thinking no. So now he has both my entry points covered. I have no options left but to attack. Spiky Shield wins. If I go on his Break Energy, I win. If he hits a miss, I win. And it's pretty much game over there. But I think you can see where this one's headed. I'm now completely pinned in. And, you know, just looking back on it, I guess my misplay would have been Gyarados not attacking Speed Deoxys. I attack Mew, he does Shuttle Flip and Hurdle Jump, and that is going to be fodder out. So just like that, you know, there were 2 or 3 spins up near his goal where if they go differently, I probably win. But they didn't, and I didn't. So my opponent moves on. I'm now out, and I'm kind of sad about it. That's why it took so long to do the video. I hope you guys like this. I didn't. But until next time.